Thanks to the support as a channel member, Darren Denton. So yeah, we're top of the Premier League. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 33 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games in the Premier League for you. We are away against both Blackburn and Norwich. Since you were last with me, we have won every single Premier League game of football that we've played. We've also won some friendlies during international breaks to keep our boys fit. And I mean, let's face it, we haven't needed it for morale based on the way we've been playing in the league. There's been some insane results in here. Most notably, we went away from home to Manchester United and scored 6 goals. Manchester United 3, Peterborough United 6. Simon Patton even getting in there with a goal against United. I don't have any explanation for it. I think our team cohesion is good. Club atmosphere is excellent. And we don't have anybody unhappy. Morale is pretty good throughout the entire squad. So that's obviously going to be playing a big part of it. We have signed some good players over the course of summer that have been big upgrades, the like of Palestri, Shortire, Francis. Baez has been fantastic this year. And the two new centre-backs, I mean, I don't know if they're there yet, but if they're not the two best centre-backs in the Premier League, I don't understand. Are they there yet? No. Some fella called Delict. Never heard of him. But they're pretty good. Our two best players, if we scroll down and see where they are there's Novak in the top half of players in the Premier League. And then the next one is surely going to be Parsons. Oh, it's Jones, in fact, is considered the second best player at the club. But I don't have any explanation for winning 8 from 8. There's, I know there's going to be cries of FM21's too easy down in the comments. And I don't know, is it? Was it easy when we won the league with Leicester? I don't know. Let's see how the season pans out. I think my counterpoint is what can I do about it? All I can do is beat the team put in front of me and win with the squad that I've got and try and improve and all that kind of stuff. But I acknowledge that is absurd. And it probably ends today. We've just had a very good start to the season. I'm still not expecting us to win the league this year. If we get 100 points and win the league with no problems this season, I will acknowledge the game is too easy. I'm kind of thinking this has just been a ridiculous start and the wheels come off at some point. That's surely the only explanation for what is currently happening. And we're away against Blackburn now. Blackburn, are they still managed by Tim Flowers? They're not. So what happened to Tim Flowers at Blackburn? Because Tim Flowers, of course, is the man who got the Blackburn job when I applied for it, having left Peterborough, and he opened up the posh job for me. He was there for 2 years before getting sacked. And now Mark Hughes is back at Blackburn, aged 62. I mean, that's how many times? Is that twice he's managed them in his career? I want this screen, but bigger, and you don't get it anymore. And it's annoying. But yeah, he's back at Blackburn. See, what is this as a history? Made his senior debut for Manchester United against Port Vale, and then we get to 2020 and he's at Middlesbrough. I'm sure some things happened in between those. They're here. I see them here. Why are they only here? I want them. Oh, ridiculous. Right. This is the team for the Blackburn game. We're going with Svilar in goal. Svilar is now our goalkeeper. He came into the team in a Carabao Cup game, was excellent and hasn't really lost his place since. So Svilar is our goalkeeper. A back four of Ekwa, Parsons, Novak and Lopez, Francis and Clarkson in midfield, Shortire, Baeza and Palestri supporting Jones up front. The most notable thing about this team is this is pretty much the 11 that have won 8 games in a row. There's been very little variation from this. And I do wonder what happens if and when we lose key players. If Jones gets an injury, if one of the centre-backs gets an injury, I'm not quite sure what happens then. Baeza has been so important. He has been, I mean, I'm getting Enoch Nuhu vibes off of him. For those of you who've been around on the channel since the Nuneaton series back on FM18, I am getting Sir Enoch Nuhu vibes. He is that inspirational and important to the team. It's weird because we didn't get any of it last year, but this year he has been incredible. And I think if we lost him for a significant amount of time, we'd be in trouble as well. But at the moment, we're just enjoying it. We're accumulating points as quickly as possible. The goal is still 40 points as soon as we can. And once we get to 40 points, then we'll see how much of the season is left and maybe add a new plan from there. But it's still, our goal is survive in the Premier League, get to 40 points ASAP. The fact we're already on 25 after 9 games doesn't change what the goal is. The goal is still 40. And if we've got it done by November, then we might add a stretch goal in. But for now, let's get to 40 points as quickly as possible. Blackburn are in here, but Svilar makes the save. I think it's been given as offside anyway, and it looked like it did. Nothing further happened from it, and the highlight just kind of peters out. We're not really doing much creatively or attacking wise going forward today. According to this, Blackburn haven't had a single shot though, so I guess we're doing more than they are, but there's not been much going on. Bizer with the corner finds Novak, and Novak scores from the corner. It's always fun having a big boy on the near post at corners, and it works time and time again. And there it is once more. Aim for the near post, aim for the big lad, and there we have it. It's 1-0 to Posh just before half-time. Novak, his second goal of the season, giving us the lead at half-time. Let's continue pumping the fists and talking about how the media are giving us a lot of credit. This is one of the great starts in Premier League history. We're witnessing something absolutely baffling here. Lopez with the long throw. Pelestri with the wrong header. I mean, all he has to do is flick that past the goalkeeper. You shouldn't be trying to loop it up over him. He was right up behind you. Just nod it around him or nod it back the other way. I'm showing him. Nod it back the other way. Play it into the path of one of the people who are behind you. He picked the wrong choice. We're supposed to be a set-piece team, and that was the wrong choice. Right, Shortire's going to come off. We're going to bring Nketiah on, and that's a substitution we've made fairly regularly. Jones going out onto the left, and it gets Nketiah game time, which he needs because he's a very good player. We just don't play him a lot, which is kind of the moral of the story for a lot of these players. Odor's going to come on for Ekwa Elimbi, and we'll leave it there for now. We'll make another change in a few minutes' time. We're just keeping an eye on fitness levels. Jones, Bizer, Pelestri all seem to be tiring. I think we'll take off Pelestri. We don't really have anyone to bring on for him. What we can do is bring on Santiago, because then we can then stick Bizer out onto the right, and Francis can go into that little pocket there, and Bizer can go out here as an inverted winger, where he is just as dangerous from out wide on either side as he is from that attacking midfield spot. We've not really seen him do much on the pitch today, but he's gone a 7.6, 7.7. So you can see he is just, everything is ticking over and going through Bizer. It is beautiful. It's that Wes Burns playing for Blackburn, because if it is, they may as well just head back to the, no, it's some guy called Tim Burns. I'm going to say a guy who couldn't get into our championship team. He's in their Premier League team. They may as well just go back to the championship now. But that, boys and girls, is 9 from 9. We're 1 victory away from a perfect 10-game start to a Premier League season. We're away against Norwich. It's the reunion with Wassell, who wouldn't get in our team now, because that's how far we've moved on with the summer we've just had. Couple of changes for the Norwich game then. One forced on us by injury or illness, in fact. Ricky J. Jones is down with food poisoning, so Nketiah comes in to start up front. We've also got Brandon Williams back fit again, so he comes in at left back. Other than that, it is the unchanged core to the team that has been doing so well for us to start this season off. Let's see if Wassell is in the Norwich side. We tried, there he is, look, we tried very hard to sign him permanently in the summer. They were not having any of it. And in the end, we went for Leighton Clarkson for a fraction of the price. I wonder if that will end up being the real turning point of the series of that's where it went from, yeah, we'll try and survive in the Premier League again, to we're turning into a good side, because I would have spent my entire budget on Wassell if we could have got him. Instead, we spent a fraction of it on Clarkson, and we're able to go out and buy Parsons and Novak and Pelestri and Nketiah and all these other players, Svilar, that we wouldn't have been able to afford if we went for Wassell. And I think actually Norwich have done us a massive favour by playing hardball the way they did. Bizer's given away a penalty here, I think. Is it a penalty? The ref doesn't even seem to be going to VAR. I was going to say, I would like a little check, because it could have been outside of the area. But it is a penalty. It was always a penalty, wasn't it? And Bizer, after I've been talking about how great he is, given away a penalty there. It's Svila against Berger, and it's 1-0 to Norwich. And all the great stuff we've been doing to start this season, I'm struggling to remember. Look at all those Norwich fans. That's ridiculous. I'm struggling to remember many times when we've been behind in a match. So this is a slightly different challenge for us now. What character have we got to come back in a situation like this without one of our best players in the shape of Jones as our talismanic striker? Have we got enough about us to dig deep and get ourselves out of a bit of a pickle here against a Norwich team that are hovering around the relegation zone? Corner comes in, Parsons heads across to Shortire. Goodness me, are we good at set pieces? Parsons this time is the one on the end of it, and Shortire is the one who is benefiting from it. It's Bizer with the corner again. There's the flick from Parsons, and there is the finish at the far post. It's 1-1, and these two centre-backs, I tell you, they're not just brilliant at defending, they're so effective on the attacking set pieces as well. Palestri wins the ball back, gives it to Bizer. Clarkson's got Lopez on the overlap, who's going to look for a cross here. Cross does come over, but it's cleared at the near post by the Norwich defender. It was a pretty poor cross, but Nketiah's done very well to win the ball back there. And if he sticks that in the back of the net, Ricky J. Jones has a bit of a problem getting back into the team, because that would have been an incredible solo goal as part of our Gagan pressing style system. Nketiah winning the ball back and then scoring a solo goal is exactly the kind of thing we're looking from our attacking players. But 1-1 at half-time. Under any normal circumstances, we take 1-1 away from home at half-time in the Premier League forever. That never really changes. But looking at the league table, you got to think, have we got a goal in this second half to make it 10 from 10, 30 points on the board by the end of October? I think at that point we can probably say, yeah, we're probably not getting relegated this year, are we? Shortire's in again here. I think he is offside, and it looks like it has been given as an offside, but it was the right idea. We're getting into good positions, and now we're going to have a look down at our bench and see if we've got someone to come on and be a match winner for us. Clarkson isn't having a very good game. This guy, Belesevic, he can play everywhere, and my assistant manager wants him to be playing all the time. We played him at centre-back in a Carabao Cup game. I'm not going to bring him on for Clarkson because we've got Santiago who's going to come on and do that role. But it is interesting just how often my assistant manager thinks he's the man to come on. He probably thinks he's the man to come on there. No, Ekwa-Rimbi. We're not going to make that change anyway. Palestri's going to come off for Simon Patton, though. And we're going to stick Patton a little bit further forward, and we are going to go attacking, and we're going to try and win the game. Because why not? Get Patton into those attacking positions. He's already scored coming off the bench against Manchester United. This could be the season that we see the resurgence of Simon Patton after everyone being so upset about how he was treated last year. He is getting opportunities again this year. And talking of opportunities, Parsons with another header from a corner that this time goes over. But we start things up again through a Norwich goal kick. And I love the way we're just pressing constantly. Always pressing, always putting them under pressure. And I thought Patton was going to nick the ball off of Berger there and lead to a counter-attack. But it is our constant pressing and our dominance at set pieces which are serving us so well this year. But I think we're going to lose our first game of the season away against Norwich, who were 19th before this all started. Maybe I've gone I think it's all gone to my head a little bit. We've gone attacking when we really shouldn't have done. We should have been, no, a draw here's a good result. We're posh. A draw is fine. We don't need to go and attack. We've got a little bit too big for our boots, and now we've left ourselves with a little bit of a problem. I think we're going to take off Nketiah, bring on Belesevic, and he can be a pressing forward then. Why not be a pressing forward? And yeah, we'll leave it like that and see if he can be the difference maker. Bizer plays it back to Williams. Williams forward looking for Nketiah, who's still on the pitch at the moment. Santiago does well. Plays it into his path. He's in. Patton's there. And there's the equaliser. And it's Simon Patton's third goal of the season. He didn't look like a Premier League player last year. This year he does. 3 goals already for him. And Simon Patton is back, boys and girls. The loan move out to Lyon did him the world of good. And he's come back a new man. And Nketiah, I don't know why he's not just shooting there. If Patton misses, we have a long chat with Eddie off the back of that. But as it is, happy with the goal. We're going to drop back to positive now, so we don't want to make the same mistake again. and Novak with the dominant header clear, and there is Wassel. Doesn't look right seeing him in a Norwich shirt. He's played far more games for us than he ever has for them, but they're in again here, and they've scored again immediately, and we need to go back to attacking, and now we do need to demand more. This is not how we've been playing this year, and we are missing Ricky J. Jones. I feel like today we've had the curse of the closing the game down, because at start to the season, I just carried on playing after recording the last episode, and we started the season with a couple of wins on video. I carried on playing and we just kept winning, and then I've shut the game down overnight, and this morning we don't look like the same team. It's remarkable how often that happens, and there you go, we have finally lost a football match. Doesn't feel right that it's happened against Norwich. I guess a little bit of a normalizer, a leveler. Things are returning to normal a little bit. We are still top of the Premier League, but no longer unbeaten, no longer a perfect start to the season. And now it's going to be very interesting to see how we respond to that defeat in this next little run of games. We will be back tomorrow, as ever, probably with the last couple of games before January, because then we'll have a good idea of what we're going to look to do in January. We don't have any money at the moment, but of course, if we're able to change our season expectations significantly, that might free us up some money for the January window. So we'll come back probably for Leeds and Newcastle, or Chelsea and Leeds, or something like that, and start making some plans for what we're going to do going into the January transfer window. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.